agreement on a 90-day pause and substantially move down the tariff levels. Both sides on the reciprocal tariffs will move their tariffs down 115%.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent earlier this morning in Switzerland announcing a major breakthrough in trade negotiations with China. That's one of several stories we're going to be following from overseas as President Trump gets ready to travel to the Middle East this week with a focus on securing more trade deals.
710. Both the U.S. and China have agreed to scale back their tariffs for at least 90 days.
Doug, tell us the details on this one.
Well, it happened pretty quickly over the weekend, guys, as talks between the two countries move forward in Switzerland. And early this morning, the U.S. negotiating team made this big announcement.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent breaking the news this morning. With U.S. ports slowing down and fears of shortages on store shelves, the U.S. team announced a breakthrough.
We have reached an agreement on a 90-day pause.
A 90-day pause on tariffs that had all but shut down trade between the U.S. and China. This deal lowers U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods from 145 to 30%. And tariffs from China on U.S. goods dropped from 125% to 10%.
But more importantly, it leaves us in a constructive path forward just to have a positive conversation with the Chinese.
President Trump has long championed tariffs, especially with China, to help even the global playing field. But his moves have fueled inflation and recession fears. As talks progressed through the weekend, Democrats remained skeptical.
Sure, I'm glad they're talking, but they have assessed 10% to 25% tariffs on our allies, the very people that we would need, our friends and allies, in order to deal with China. So to me, they've been approaching this all upside down.
But much will depend on both countries following through in the weeks ahead.
You have to have, as Reagan used to say, trust but verify. So they might write down a deal on a piece of paper and sign it, but you have to make sure that it is enforced and that they don't cheat.
Okay, right now, Dow futures are up over 1,000. That's not a number that you see very often. So this is a pretty quick reaction overnight. You got the markets breathing this sigh of relief, but this is just a temporary deal as the talks continue. Mike and Al.
Yeah, you knew the markets would explode on that news, for sure. Doug, we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thanks.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 17. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai, Wahara Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some looking like the heathen. Looking at the 144,000. Appreciate prophet Shalom. So y'all heard it. U.S. and China made a short-term deal for now, but look at the damage it has done, okay, to both economies, to America's dollar, and to these small businesses, man, okay? And still look at the fact that those imports, hold on. And look at the fact that what these companies have missed out on, and small business owners have missed out on because of the 145% tariffs. All right. Now the containers that got the 145% tariffs on them, they came in to the ports a few days ago. They're gonna hit the shelves soon, and guess what? It wasn't a lot. All right, it was not a lot. It was not a lot on the containers, on them ships. All right, they still got the 145% tariffs on, so they're gonna jack the price up. And when the price is being high like that, you think the price is going to significantly come down? Even after these companies start by ordering again? Nope. They might come down a tad, but not that much. So things are still going to be high. All right? And we got to understand what the will of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai is. And it's to break down this economy, man. All right? As they said in the video. it really hit the economy, and it brought recession fears. All right. So you see the instability of America, man. All right, it's back and forth. And also to make a point real quick, it's still gonna be buying and trading going on. Because when America get destroyed, the nations back east is gonna be mad. All right, which also proves that the whole entire earth is not going to be destroyed, man. All right, you can still have the nations back east
The
still
deadline
here.
for the 2025.
When you get Revelation 18 and 15 says the merchants of these things were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, that great city, America, that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? You see that? So you see,
He's about to take driver's ed.
Should we get one of them?
it says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. You see? So it's still gonna be buying and trading going on, even within this digital system, man, that's coming up. Okay, when all hell break loose. All right, that great reset. All right. Once all hell break loose, they can shut it down. That's be part of the great reset. They can reboot it, initialize, start over. It's gonna be the end of this this fiat currency, this paper dollar, and it's gonna be a digital system, man. And once they start that digital system back up, hey, eventually it's gonna turn to the MOTB, where they still gonna be buying and trading. They're still gonna be trading, buying and selling with one another. All right. So, hey, we're witnessing the confusion of America and the breaking down of the American economy, man. All right, so don't get all bent out of shape, cause man, oh man, damn. No, that's saved, man. Because remember, as we read in Ephesians 5, we got to remember what the will of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is. All right. Now you get right here, wisdom will try you, man. Wisdom will try you. That's why it's important to be rooted in the scriptures, man. Hey, to have Yahweh Shema Shai on your side, man. I forget where it is. It's in Wisdom of Solomon. No, let me pause for this one. Here it is. Sorry about that. The Wadi Yahweh Shema Shai. Ecclesiastes 4:17. For at the first she, wisdom, will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. So you see, hey, even when these things like this happen, we get so excited, like, yeah, it's about to happen right now. Then you see it kind of pull back a little bit. Hey, we still got to know and understand, man, hey, this is a trial of our faith, man. We still got to be patient, all right? We still got to be patient, all right? That's just like you going somewhere, you're excited to get there, and something happened to your car, it's a traffic jam. You see? Hey, that's how these prophecies are. How about Shema Shai said they were going to happen and just play out fully like that? So you got to understand, like, that's why, how about Shema Shai had me read Ephesians 5:17. We got to know and understand what the will of the Lord is. And that's prophecy. Just stay focused on prophecy because it's still playing out. All right? It'll speed up, then it'll slow down. Then it'll stop a little bit. Then it'll slow down. It'll start going up slow. Then it'll shoot up real quick. But, hey, even when it's doing that, prophecy is still playing out, man. All right? It says, so, hey, we just got to be patient, man. All right? Keep being patient. I'm talking to me, myself, first and foremost. Because these prophecies still playing out. Things still happening. It says, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. But if you go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. You see? So if you run out of gas, you lose patience. Because things are not going according to your plans. Hey, how about Shema Shah will snatch the Holy Spirit away from you? All right? Observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. All right? Now, just sit back and stay focused, because all these things, man, you got so much prophecy going on, it's not funny, man. You still got, these diseases picking up. The Civil War picking up. So while you got this trade war going on, this also is what was going on, or what is going on. You got Trump allowing white South African refugees over here to America, but they're kicking out us Northern Kingdom, us Israelites, sending us to planning on sending us to Libya, Alcatraz, most definitely sending us to El Salvador. So you see all this stuff going on. The dollar is constantly being devalued. World War III picking up. Wars, rumors of wars. Hey, the farmers being hit by the terrorists. Hey, the weather is ruining the crops. So you got famine around the corner. You still got hyperinflation around the corner. Shortages around the corner. All right, lack of medicine. And Trump just signed an executive order yesterday concerning prescription medicine would be a little cheaper. But, hey, it's still not going to be affordable. Hey, you still got job closures. People out of work, homeless. People still got to pay back student loans. You got repossession at an all-time high. Foreclosures at an all-time high. So you see, prophecy still playing out. Remember, this is just the beginning of sorrows. It's going to get worse. These prophecies are playing out, man. All right? And Christians are losing, and we winning. All right? So we just got to stay prayed up, stay in the spirit, and hold on. All right? And remember, again, know what the will of the Lord is, man. Hey, Yahweh Shema Shah guide us, man. Because if you think everything will be smooth sailing, something wrong. Because when all hell break loose, Yahweh Shema Shah ain't going to just answer our prayers right then. Because we still going to be what? In the time of the trial of our faith. You can be hungry. We'll get to the point we had eaten all day or 2 days. But remember, Yahweh Shema Shah said, hey, the elect shall not perish in famine. So that's a guarantee that the elect will not die in the famine. So the food going to come. We got to remain patient, man. All right? We have to remain patient, man. Remember, Yahweh Shah is still on the way. I just want to hit this real quick through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep your eyes open, man, because there's something about to pop, man. All right? Diseases and everything. Shalom.